and so it's soaking wet. So that's a massive fail. Even you don't want to go in there, Bruno. Lovely. Okay, welcome back everybody. This is a good one. We're driving 3 hours into a storm. It's going to be a car camp, but with a bit of a difference. I'm going to put this nature hike elevated tent through its paces, see how it handles heavy rain that's meant to be coming. It might be windy, I don't know. I got a new awning on the truck, and I got a new heating system that I've never seen anybody else use on a car camp before. So we'll see how that goes too. Bruno is excited. Bruno's been waiting to get out of the house. He was howling earlier to get in the truck. So I'll bring you back when we're nearer to camp. First of all, I've got to go shopping. I've got to pick up supplies for the trip. I might just briefly show you what that's like in case you've never seen that in New Zealand before. Bruno, get back. Back. Cheeky. Back, Bruno. Back. Good boy. So yeah, maybe I'll bring you back for the shop. All right, see you all there. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, it's about an hour later. I've done the shopping. I didn't film it. It was super busy. And there was just too much going on. Oh, mind out, Bruno. Right, it's just started. We're driving into the weather now. It's raining. You can probably hear that on the windscreen. It's going to be quite bad. The weather forecast now is really bad. He's doing this because I've suddenly started talking to the camera. He's very affectionate. So what I'll do is I will bring you back when we're at the campsite. So bring back them. All right, we've turned off the main road and we're now on the gravel road. We've got about 10 kilometers to go up to find the spot where I want to camp. And yeah, I'll switch the camera around so you can have a look and see what we're coming up to. But there's a lot of snow up the tops, that's for sure. Whether the camera will pick it up, I don't know. But let me turn the camera around for you. On the left-hand side of the massive mountains, it's absolutely covered in snow. Whether it's snowing up there, I don't know. We're down in single digits centigrade, so it might be. I don't think we're going to see any snow down here. But there's a lot of weather coming in, a lot of rain, and Bruno's whimpering in the background because he knows he's desperate to get out and start playing. He's having a good old whimper. Anyway, right everybody, I will bring you back when we get to the campsite. It's all right, Bruno, we're almost there. He's so desperate to get out and play. He's definitely got a routine going now where he knows when we're coming close, because I start talking to the camera and say, right, we're almost there. We're almost at camp. And then that triggers him, as you can see, and he starts whimpering with excitement. He's going to have a great time. All right, everyone, I'll bring you back at camp. Okay, sit rep. Where I wanted to camp is completely blocked by landslips. So I've had to turn around, and I know another spot in front of us that we'll go to instead. It just means we've come across a couple of fords. That way, there's just no way to get through it this way. So we'll go back through the fords and I'll film that for you and then see you at camp. We're almost there, Bruno, don't worry. This is quite a deep one. Deeper than it looked. All right, everyone, see you at camp. Hopefully this time we'll see you at camp. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, I've had to improvise. Just everywhere has changed. So I found the spot. We're parked. Got to let Bruno out. and bring you back on the big camera. I've got to get rain gear on. It's raining out there now. It's going to start chucking down within a couple of hours. So I need to just change into all my wet gear and then I'll bring you back. Okay, welcome back everybody to another camping with Tony and Bruno, who is in the back of the truck. Come on, Bruno. And he's out. So we are on the edge of a riverbed. It's actually over that way, the river. It's absolutely gushing. I didn't want to go near it for safety's sake because there's a lot of rain coming. Where we're parked here, there's a bit of a gully. It's clear, but we're on a high patch here. This isn't a flash flood zone, and there's not enough rain, even if it was, to really worry us. I wouldn't usually recommend camping on a riverbed when you know there's lots of rain to come. You right peeing on camera? Right here? You couldn't go somewhere else and do that? Right in front of me. But it's, you know, it's pretty safe. This spot, I know it. Camped here before, and it's nice and greened up. You can see there hasn't been any river damage, rain damage here for a long time. He wants his treat. So first of all, we've got to get Bruno's treat. So let's just grab that out of the truck and let him have that, just to keep him occupied. Bruno always gets a treat at the beginning of camp. Good boy. Are you going to sit? Come on, come and sit. Okay, sit pretty. That's jumping. I'm trying to teach him to sit pretty. Sit. Sit pretty. Come on. No. Okay. Go on then. Right, so, couple of things. It's a new setup. I've got a new tarp awning for the truck, and I've got that stretcher bed tent that I tried a few videos ago where it was a tent in a tent. So what I figured I would do is I would set that up at the back here. I want to rain test that as much as possible. So I'll do the awning first and then I'll set the tent up underneath that. So let's get the awning done. I've got to guy it out probably. I don't know, there's zero wind here, zero. But there is rain, so when there's rain with these tarps, you're meant to guide them down the middle just to let the rain channel off. But we'll see, and then I'll do the tent afterwards. So first of all, let's get the awning set up. Wow, I got here just in the nick of time. Because it is grim. Okay, the tarp comes with a bunch of extra poles. I think I'm going to put, I don't know, it comes with 3 extra poles, but I don't think I need it. It is properly chucking down now. Alright, just need to hook the front up and we're good. Bruno is in his element. Alright, we're looking good. Now it's already pooling, so I'm going to have to get the guys out just to pull the center lines down so it stops pooling. Well, that's pooling a lot. Gonna have to put all the guys out. So I'll bring you back when I've guyed the whole thing out. Okay, got everything guyed out. 2 guys was all it needed. I'm not going to put a pole here. The water seems to be flowing off nicely in that direction down the hill. So it's draining mainly from here and there and at the front. Now I've got to get the tent set up. The tent is on a stretcher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it all up under the cover here and then move it out to here where I want it in the rain to test it. So let's get on with the stretcher first. So this is pretty straightforward to set up. And it's a double size stretcher. So it's for a 2-person tent. So it's when you're on rocky ground like this that you really need something like this. That way it doesn't matter if it's straight, not straight, whatever. Okay, now obviously the advantage of having the awning is I can set this up under cover. But it's going to get wet now when I set up the main tent. But that doesn't matter because the bottom of the tent is waterproof. So the only downside to this tent is the inner has to go up first. That's it, that's the only downside. So it's a pop-up tent. 2 doors. It really is this easy. Okay, now there are clips to clip this into the main structure, which I've got to get. And then once it's clipped in, just throw the cover over the top. Now it doesn't matter if it gets a little bit wet because this is DWR coated. Okay, and that's it. Now we throw the top over it, the waterproof top. This is very thick material. Okay, so I just need to find the corners and the vents. I think this is a vent on the side here. There we go. Okay, that's it. And then you clip the corners in. Like so. Okay, that's it, tightly on. So now I can move it out into the rain and then take care of the vestibules. Okay, so I want to have a door aiming in here, I think. Yeah. I want to get it as level as possible. That's not bad. And then the front is actually an awning as well. And so is the back, if I want it to be. So the back half of it is in the rain. Yeah, I tell you what, that's fine. I mean, I might even just move the whole thing out into the rain now, see if it leaks. There's a lot of water coming. And I don't want to guy anything out just yet. So let's put it out in the rain and see if it really does leak or not. Okay, so obviously, hey Bruno, you having fun?
He's having so much fun. Obviously, you can use it on the floor if you want to, but in these rocky conditions, you're definitely going to want to use it like this. So many guy out points just to secure the whole thing down, but you've also got ventilation here that you can fully open to be guyed as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it like this for now, see how it copes, getting drenched in the rain, and we'll see if it leaks. I won't put my bedding in there yet, I'll leave that till later just in case it does leak. Alright, next up I've got to get my Starlink set up because there's no signal here, so I'll get on with that and I'll bring you back when I'm all settled. Oh, right, got Bruno's little mat that he can lie on if he wants to, but at the moment he's playing in the puddles. What can you do? So check it out, my space. Let me bring you in from out of the rain. Well, I tried to bring you in out of the rain. I'll tell you what, this tent is going to get one hell of a test. So the only annoying thing about this awning is the gap that's here. So water splashes. Which is kind of irritating, but I have a solution for that. It's called an umbrella. And I've done this before. Sometimes you just got to improvise. Right, so I put the umbrella up there and I just pop it up. And that's it. Easy. And so it doesn't blow away, I can hook it up here. So easy. That's it. I am completely dry and yet it's chucking down with rain. And boy is it chucking down. I'm loving this, absolutely loving it. What a setup. I think it's time for a beer. I tell you, this is a great setup. Hello, my lovely. Hello, my Bruno. And I've got Bruno here, and he's got his little mat that he can, his little chair he can sit on next to me. Do you want to come and sit on here, Bruno? Bruno, come around here. Come this side. Come on, sit on here. Sit on your bed. Sit. Good boy. What's not to like? And there's a slight breeze, that's it. You're seeing dripping because of the umbrella. So I've got a lot more warm gear. I don't want to stay in my wet gear. That wouldn't be very good. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming on this one. I feel it's been a while since we've had a properly awful camp that's grim and raining. Sort of everything. So the astute of you will notice that this is the same spot that Bruno had his very first camp. Bruce and I, we picked up Bruno and we were driving home and we camped just over there by the river, by the stream. And it was a tiny puppy. And he was following Bruce around everywhere, and it was a nightmare to film, but it was loads of fun. I slept in the roof tent, which I don't have anymore. So it's kind of fitting that actually we've come back to here, to his place where he's had his first camp, and he's running around and he recognizes it. The only thing is there are some goats. They're on the other side of the stream, so he's not going to go near them. He's not going to cross the stream without permission. He already knows that. I can see him. He keeps up. He's running back and forth, but he's right in front of me. So yeah, now look, I'm going to get cold quite quickly. It's single digits. I need to get some warm clothes on. And then I might think about putting some heating on. It's a bit early for that, but we'll see. I want to get out of this stuff, get my warm clothes on, enjoy my beer. And bring you back a bit later, maybe just before dinner, to see how the tent is doing. So I'll bring you back then. Thanks again for coming, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Well, it's so grim. It's so grim. There's spray, water spray. Hello, Bruno. Water spray, just 1 minute it's coming from that side, next from that side. As you can see, I've put the awning up. I've secured the tent. So it's now tied to rocks on all four corners. I've checked inside it several times, completely waterproof. So that's great. This awning, the vestibule, I've got it up and no water is getting in from any angle. So it's really good. And the inner tent has got a DWR coating, so that can take some splashes as well. So nothing is getting in there. It's awesome. But what I wanted to show you was my heating system. So let me put you on the mobile. Let me put you on the GoPro and you can see. Okay, so what I've got, you know, in camper vans and caravans, they have a diesel heating system, and you just have a thermostat, and basically it runs off diesel and a little bit of power, and it can just run for hours and hours and hours like that. That's what I've got here, a portable diesel heating unit. Look at that, by Heatport in New Zealand, custom made. I ordered this. There's the intake over there. I can move that to anywhere I want. I might just put it under the truck out of the way. There we go. It's got a controller on the top, but I've also got a remote control to operate it. This is the exhaust that the fumes come out of. There's not much fumes. And then I've got a 5-meter coil of outlet hose here that's getting wet. I don't know, it's foil though, so I don't think it matters. And then I've got that there, and I'm gonna have that blowing at me. But yeah, 5 kilowatts, that's a powerful unit. So let's crank it up and see what happens. So it should turn on from my remote control. Let's have a look. I'll press the on button and let's see what it does. No, nothing. That didn't work, did it? Let me try and turn it on from here. Now, have I actually plugged it in properly? Because that might make a difference. Oh, okay, I just hadn't plugged it in. All right, and so that's now running. It's going to start up, it's going to do the glow plug, and I can control the temperature from here. I can turn it off and on from here. It's just, I hadn't plugged it in properly in the 12 volt. And yeah, it runs on 12 volt. I filled it up with diesel. I think it takes about 5 litres of diesel, maybe a bit more, which is a lot. It should last all night, easily, day and night. And it's very quiet. So it's cranking, it's just turning on now. So the glow plug's got to do its thing. It's got to do its power draw. It doesn't use much electricity. It uses about 150, 140 watts at first. And then once it's cranked up, it uses hardly any power. And I tested it, and it's so hot that you can't put your hand in front of the vent. It's that hot. So let me bring you back when this thing's powered up. It takes, I guess, to get to temperature, it takes 2 or 3 minutes. And look, I mean, I've got it. It's not level or anything, but I've tested that and it was fine. So I'll bring you back when it's ready. All right, it's starting up now. So you can see just a tiny little bit of smoke at the beginning as it gets cranking. That's the diesel just starting up, and you can just hear it. Makes a clicking noise. The heating symbol has come on the display in there. I can see it. Now it's cranking. All right. So what we do is we come around to the hose, because I want to sit here and watch a movie. And this thing, you can hear the air coming out of it. It's starting up. I can hear it getting louder and louder. Okay, so right now that's cold air. Hi, Bruno. Hello, my lovely. I'm just explaining everything to them. Okay, so right now it's still cold. Oops. I need a way to prop this up on the desk. Like that. Still cold. Starting to sound like a jet engine. Still cold. It's only been now, what, 2 minutes? I can't smell any fumes, which is a good sign. And this is the worst point when it's starting up, because it's when it will get the most fumes. Oh, warm air. Okay, warm air is coming out. And you can, I don't know if you can hear it or see it, but look, there's no smoke or anything, nothing like that. Oh, a tiny bit of steam there. Tiny. Now when this thing gets cranking, and I'm quite dark here because of the Osmo action, when this thing gets cranking, honestly, it's so hot. You can't put your hand in front of it. 5 kilowatts is pretty powerful to carry with you. If I wanted a 5 kilowatt heater running off the battery, my battery bank would last about 30 minutes, if that. That's it. Oh, this is getting hot now. And it's getting stronger and stronger. Oh, I can really feel that. Oh, that's nice. I need to dry my hat out because it's got soaked. And my coat. Wow, that's strong. You can change the direction. That's getting so strong. And very warm now. That's awesome. That is awesome. That's a game changer. This is going to change the way I camp, the way I heat the big tents. When I go on road trips or wherever in winter, if I've got the big tent, this will change everything, because I've got a 5 meter section of hose here and I can run this thing day and night. I just have to take some diesel with me as well to top it up. And it's safe, it's diesel, it's not petrol. This is so hot. I can only just put my hand in front of it. getting stronger and stronger. I am so glad I bought this thing. And they are custom made each time. You give them your specs, exactly what you want, and I specify 5 kilowatts of else. Took them a week to make it, and it's all top quality components. Nothing from China in there at all. Top quality components, German, Korean. Okay, that's seriously hot now. I'll show you how close I can put my hand before it's too hot. There. Ah. So what? Now it's even. Okay. 6. Too hot. Too hot. Wow, that's hot. Okay. So. Yeah, too hot. Within a foot, and it's boiling hot. Now I've got this thing cranking on full power. You wouldn't need this running on full power. Maybe just to preheat your tent. Oh, can you imagine tonight when I preheat this thing? It's going to be lovely. Hello, Bruno. Let's see what Bruno makes of this hot air. Ooh. Oh, Bruno. Didn't like it. Okay, let's see how quickly it dries my hat. I wonder if we'll see it dry it in real time. Okay, so the front is wet. I think it's going to dry it within minutes. Because that's hotter than a... Oh gosh, it's blowing. That's hotter than a tumble dryer. So I think I can sit out with this thing cranking, and really, it is not loud. It just sounds like a miniature jet engine behind me. Where is it? Down there. Yeah, it's drying out my hat very quickly. That's nice. All right, everybody. So perfect. So I'm just going to run this. I'm going to put it on low and then sit here with it. Because the pipe gets warm as well, I'm just going to put it under my desk, watch a movie, and chill out, and enjoy the heat. This is superb. Absolute game changer. Isn't it, Bruno? It's a game changer. All right. Bring you back, everybody. So I've used a bungee to mount this thing up on the table. See, when I start talking, Bruno legs it. And then it's hot. I've just got that lovely hot air blowing straight at me. My wet trousers are now bone dry. And I've just got this wave of nice warm air coming over me. It's like having a heat pump air conditioning system with heating just coming at me. And look, I'll tell you what, I'll put the microphone right next to it. That's so hot. Isn't it, Bruno? And the pipe gets hot as well. So the pipe is really hot. So everywhere where it's lying is getting dry. So you could even just run the pipe work through the tent and that would heat the tent up. Because it's almost too hot to hold the pipe. Almost. And it doesn't matter if rain falls on it because it's just drying out because of the heat. I could even angle this a bit and connect it under the table. So I've just got this heat coming at me from under the table. If I wanted to. I could just do anything I want with this thing. This is excellent. Now I know that Mav's got a diesel heater, but it's fixed into the back of his truck and he had to plumb it through and get the diesel fumes out and everything else. A portable unit like this, hello Bruno. A portable unit like this though, come on, it's a game changer. No fire needed. You know, there's a lot of areas you can't have fires. Hot tent, who needs a hot tent? Who needs to light a fire? And deal with that when you can just have one of these running. As long as you've got somewhere to put the unit under cover so it's not getting drenched, the control unit. I guess you could put the control unit in a plastic bag and that will be fine. The electronics are sealed. then I think you're sorted. But you could use this, just think of the possibilities with this thing. If you wanted to create a dry room, dry out the back of the truck, you just feed this in and just heat it up. Dry out your tent inside with the condensation. You won't have any condensation if you're running this. Now, it's cold, but this would be way too hot to sleep in this small tent with this on. What I will do is, I would probably put it in there just to heat the tent up, heat the floor up, heat the mattress up, everything else. And then, yeah, shut it off. And then in the morning, with the remote control, turn it on for when I want to get up. So I'm getting up in a nice, cozy, warm tent. And it comes in waves of power. It's not constantly burning hot. It comes in waves. I guess it's on fuel save mode. Because that's the thermostat version that I've got. You can get one with electricity save mode. Again, this is in New Zealand. That was custom made by that company, Heatport. I don't know if they ship them or if they have an agreement with someone else somewhere, in the States or the UK to make them. I don't know. You get what you pay for. This was a very expensive unit. It cost me a lot of money. I think it cost me almost 1,000 US. I think it was more than 1,000 US actually. But what you're getting is heat. Oh, heat. Some of those fire pits will add up to all of that once you've got all the bits for them. And then you've got the hassle of the smoke. Look at this. I've got heat within a few minutes and no smoke. I mean, I'm cooking now. In fact, I need to change the direction of this thing. Now, I've got another couple of bungees. I could hook them underneath and then just have this thing hanging under the table, aiming all this warm air at me, which is what I'm going to do now. So what I'll do is get my bigger bungee from the back. And you can hear, look, I'm standing, you can't see me, but I am standing right next to it. It sounds like a little jet engine, but it really isn't that loud. Okay, I've got a big bungee here, which should reach the length of the table. It definitely will do the width. Will it reach the length of it? I think it will. Just don't want to you know what? I'll hook it onto the other one as well. Okay, so what we'll do, so that I've got this coming at me under the table. I can't wait. This thing is brilliant, I tell you. Why didn't I think of this sooner? Okay, let's put that there for now. Right. Yeah, this is going to be great. So do I want to hook it on top or under? I think I'll hook it under the table. One side, and then run this through underneath. Oh, you know what? That's too much. Okay, I might not need this other bungee. Let's have a look. Okay, then connect this under the table. Like so. Oh my word. Oh! Look, hang on, I'll aim the microphone at it. That's blowing beautiful hot air right at me, and I can turn the thing so it angles it down. Oh, sorry, I took the microphone off and I forgot. So now I've angled it down, so it's just warming my lap, everything. Gonna get a hot crotch, she said. This is just excellent. Wow. I'm so happy, honestly. Look, I like all sorts of camping. The one I just did before this was horrible. It was freezing cold. I was on the tops. Brutally cold winds. Everything was getting frozen. And it is winter here in New Zealand. And I did not want to freeze on this camp. And I did not want to have a fire with smoke. Smoke stinks. It's a pain in the rain to deal with a fire. It's just not very nice. And the ambience is good, and cooking on it is okay. But it's just the mess and dealing with it. This, honestly, all I did was plug it in. I pulled it up, plugged it into my EcoFlow, so I'm plugged into the battery bank, and press the remote, you know. It really isn't difficult. My hat's dry. That just took a few minutes. It's like being in a tumble dryer. I can't explain how warm I am now. I honestly, I was getting cold. Now I'm starting to cook. I could even turn this down. I think if I sat closer, right there, whew, that's hot. That is hot. Let's turn this right down. So I've got plus and minus buttons. So if I turn it down to minimum, okay, and I can hear it clicking. Right, so I've put it on minimum now. And the fan is slowing down. It's still super hot though. But it is doing its thing. Oh, I've aimed it up, so you're probably picking that up on the microphone now. That's just baking hot air. Wow, why didn't I think of this before? I don't know. It just didn't occur to me. All right, everyone. I guess I've gone on about this too much. I know. But you know what? There's a lot of people out there who are camping with families. Is it raining again? Oh, it is. There's a lot of people out there who are camping with families, and they need solutions to heat the tent up. They don't want their kids to get cold, and they don't want to have a fire. At a lot of campsites, you can't have fires. So this is a solution. Hello, Bruno. Oh, Bruno likes warm air. He lies in front of the heating, the aircon at home. And he's actually now getting close to this because I've turned it right down. Yeah, so I had it on 5 before, now I've got it on 1. And I can feel the difference already. It's nice. It's just a nice, warm wave of air. Yeah. Beautiful. Right. I will bring you back for dinner. Welcome back, everybody. Let's get some lights on. And thanks to the guys at my local garage, Matt at One Stop, we've got lighting with a remote control. All wired into a portable system and with magnetic mounts for these lights. How easy is that? Let me turn the other lights on while I'm around here. And we are laughing. So I've got the heating going into the tent at the moment. You know, it's just keeping everything nice and warm and toasty in there because I'm not going to use it out here while I'm cooking dinner. So what harm is it going to do? Okay, talking of dinner, he needs his dinner, so let's get that for him. I tell you what, it's getting more grim. Now I've got his water bowl as well, but he's just drinking straight from the puddles and everything. I mean, I'll put fresh water out for him again, but I don't think he's going to have it. Okay, so we're going to give him half biscuits and half, what's the matter? Half organic nude dog food. And this one is salmon and kumara, sweet potato with peas, I think, some sort of pea. He's had this before. but it is nice for him to have as a treat occasionally, and he's allowed to have this one, just not too often. It mixes in really well. He's so excited. I don't know if you can see him. Okay, and we'll give that to him down here. Sit. Sit, Bruno. Be a good boy and sit. Come on now, you know the rules. Sit. Sit. Sit, Bruno. He's got to learn. He's got to learn. Sit. Sit or you don't get your food. Bruno, sit. Sit. Good boy. Wait. Go on then. Good boy. It's not harsh. It's training. It's discipline. Border collies are a nightmare if you don't train them. And, you know, we've learned this with the dogs that we've had. If you don't give them the proper training, then all hell breaks out. Okay, in the meantime, let's get Bruno some water. You know what? There's so much water coming off this tarp. I can just fill it up from here. Look at this. Wow. Loads. That worked. Right. And I'll put that next to his bowl. All right. And for our dinner, what have I got lined up? I'll take you around and show you. So we have got for dinner tonight, I'm keeping it simple. I've got a bourbon beef brisket. This rain is never ending. And what else have I got? Oh, I've got some rice. Hang on. Let me get it. So what have we got in here? We got some, here we go, golden vegetable rice. Okay. Such a mess in the back there. Right. What do we need? We need my burner. And we need a gas canister to go with it. Ah, what an easy life. This is how it should be. So I've got my Iwatani windproof burner. Now if you're wondering why these lights are a bit of a yellow glow, it's to keep the flies off, the midges and stuff like that. They're not attracted, apparently, to this light. Who knows? Okay. Now I've got to remember how you put this thing on. Oh, okay. Just talk amongst yourselves while I work this out. Here we go. Okay. So it's magnetic. Just clicks in the top. And that's it. All set. Okay. Almost there. So I've got my beef, got my rice, just need my pan, which I've got round here, which I'll bring over my box of goodies. Now I can probably turn this heater off. I just don't need it on at the moment. Power off. How easy is that? And it runs for a couple of minutes to cool down afterwards, but it's not doing anything for me right now because I'm undercover. This new awning is brilliant, this Dashi awning. It's giving me all this protection here, which I didn't get with the old Iron Man awning. And it is properly raining. I don't know if the lights are picking that up, but it really is properly raining. I don't know if you can see all the rain. But if you're looking into the light here, you should be able to see it. It's pretty grim. It's very grim. Okay, dinner. Let's get dinner on, because I'm starving. Okay, I've got my GSI camping. This is my old faithful, what do you call it, camping frying pan. We've been through a lot together. Okay. So how am I going to do this? I think I'm going to cook the rice in with the brisket. Yeah. You know what you could do with is action cam. Just give me 1 second. Okay, welcome back. Right, let's get cooking. I'm so hungry. I tell you, when you're camping like this and it's just miserable, there's just rain galore, blah, blah, blah. It can be so grim. Hey, you know, this tent I'm really pleased with, I have to say, because this awning, it's silver fabric, which I love. It means it's brilliant in sunny conditions as well, but it's a good insulator. But the way they've designed it so it's wider at the top means that you can have the awning up like this and the rain drips down the side, the gutters. It doesn't touch the inside of the tent at all. All tents should be like that. It really should. I love the awning. Comes with a couple of poles. Actually, it comes with 4 poles. Front and back awnings. Okay, let's crank her up. Bruno's found sticks. Yeah, so I went with something easy. What is this? This is Beak & Sons. I think it's Australian, or is it New Zealand? No, it's New Zealand. Okay, good. Oh, look at that. Wow, okay. Now, you're meant to cook this in an oven. Well, I haven't got an oven with me. So we'll cook it on slow. It's already cooked. So really, all you're doing is heating it up. Oh, yeah. What's not to like about this? And it's the same with the rice, you're just heating it up. And by putting it on low, I could probably put the rice in soon after putting this main in. You know what I should have done is bought a lid. A lid for this pan. Rookie error. That would have made it so much quicker to heat. But I'll tell you what I have got. I've got my chopping board. Okay, so let's put this on really low. There we go. Chopping board. Does it cover it? It does. A little bit of steam is getting out. It's a bamboo chopping board, so it's totally safe. A little bit of steam is getting out, but it's going to be cooking under there, no problem. And then the rice we will add towards the end. There's also a sachet with the beautiful sauce, which will be great. I need a beer. This is the life. Look at this. The only reason I'm wet is coming out to do the camera. Cheers, everybody. I'm in heaven. This is so easy. A bit of a mess. It's so easy. All camps should be this easy or luxurious. The whole experience is so much nicer. Oh dear. This is how you do it. This is how you go camping. Bruno, let's put your collar on. Let's find Bruno. Bruno, come on. Where are you? Bruno! Come here. Let's put your collar on. Come here. Good boy. Okay. There we go. Collar is on. Now I can track him and see him. I don't know if you can see him down here, but his collar is on. All right, good boy. Off you go. Were you playing? You're going to show everyone your collar. Look. I don't know if you can see him lit up. Right. This is going to take no time to heat up. All right, everyone. What I'm going to do is I'm also... Shall I put the rice in now? The rice will take seconds, won't it? Because that's pre-cooked as well. This Ben's, Uncle Ben's... Why did they change the name? Oh, look at that. That looks tasty. I think I should cook this in the rice. Or I should say, cook the rice in this. So let's add the rice now as well. Because what harm can it do? Right, now I've got to go around and check for pooling, because I just heard a whole load of water come down somewhere. And it does happen. Okay, and now I think we'll add this sauce. And as usual, it's not a tear pack. Oh yeah. If anyone was to drive past now and see this all lit up, it'd be amazing. I can hear some strange noises out there. Hello, Bruno. I don't know if you can see him. Right at my feet here. Obviously, he's at my feet. Where else would Bruno be? Okay. This is looking good. This is looking really good. I don't think this is going to take very long at all. Hello, my lovely. I know, I'm cooking my dinner. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You just know he's going to jump up in a second to have a look. I think the smell is driving him crazy. Let me tilt you down a bit so you can see. Oh, can you see him? He's just loitering. Look at this rain. Oh my God. Right, I've just got to check for pooling. Because I did hear some water go sploshing down over here. But I think we're actually okay. Oh, it was tiny. Okay, good. Now this is all set up well. I mean, this is completely rainproof. This is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to be out here if it was really, really windy. I think if it was, then I would want the walls for the awning. So there are walls that come down and just completely cover you in. But for YouTube filming, they'd be absolutely rubbish. All right, everyone, I'll bring you back when this is ready to plate up. Okay, welcome back, everybody. I think we're cooking. We're looking good now. I'm going to turn this over. Oh yes, we're definitely looking good. Oh, that smells, it's like caramelized, the sauce, it all just smells brilliant. Lovely. Now, am I going to eat this at the table or on my lap? All right. This honestly, look at that. It's beautiful. We're good. This is done. All right, time to plate up. Beef brisket and bourbon sauce with golden vegetable rice. It really doesn't have to be a chore, camping, and you really don't have to slum it with the food. I could have done my comfort food, which is burgers. I just felt like something different. This seemed more like a proper meal. And to wash that, I'll just put hot water in there later. Okay, let's go eat. Can you see him? I tell you what the difference is and why I don't... Gosh, this one's a bit bright. Let me move that away a bit. There we go. Yeah, I'll tell you what the difference is and why I don't feel cold. It's because I heated myself up earlier. All right, everyone. Bon appetit. Oh, wow. That's better than I thought it would be. Hot. Huh. Oh, really hot. Oh. Mmm. He's trying to eat the rain that's coming off the top. So what he heard there, because he just bolted up, are rocks moving in the river, which is a few seconds that way. I'll take you for a walk over there in the morning. This is delicious. Mmm. Can you believe him? And it's not that he's thirsty, his bowl is under that water. Well, that's it, he's got bored of that now. Bruno's so funny. He's got so many of the characteristics, same characteristics that Bruce had. Mmm. Oh, honestly. This is good. You know what? I'm getting hot just thinking about it. How good this is. Mmm. Who knew? Beef brisket and bourbon. Bourbon sauce. Right, everybody. Hot. Cheers. This is the life. Really is. Can't believe how good it is. This light is annoying me though. That's the beauty of this system. I can just turn this one light off. With the remote control, look at that. This is great. And I can move them around, they're on magnets. They're all wired into a little battery in a whole box with an isolator and everything. And the remote is brilliant, it's genius. Okay, everybody. I'll bring you back for cigar time. Hi, Bruno. Hello, Bruno. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to cigar time. I keep getting wet putting the camera out. So now I've got to drum myself off. It's not easy doing this in the pouring rain, but I've got my heating running and it is joyous. I've got it attached under here. Look at this. Oh, I've only got it I'm not cranking it. It's only on, I think it's on level 2 out of 5. That's just, I tell you, it's a massive game changer. Massive game changer. It's so lovely. Right, let's get the kettle on. Gonna have a hot chocolate. What are we having? A mint, Jarrah mint hot chocolate. Oh, it's grim. It really is. Everything. I mean, the camera has an umbrella over it. It doesn't. I'm usually pretty careful with it, and it usually stays pretty dry under there. Camera is soaked. Camera is soaked because the wind is it's kind of lightish rain, so the wind swirls. It would be better if it was just no wind and solid heavy rain. Down south, a couple of 100 kilometers south of here, all hell is breaking out. Deluge. Rivers are running over bridges, they've closed bridges. Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Right, now, I'm gonna have another subscriber cigar, and this is the last one of the ones that he sent me from his list. And this was a special one that he sent me, included. It was his personal, I can't remember what it was that made it as personal, but it's called My Father #1 Robusto. I think it's Dominican. I think. I like Robustos. It's good size. So let's see what this one is like. They have all been superb. The last one was quite bitter, but I still enjoyed it. It was smooth. Wow, this has got a really meaty, wow, beautiful smell. So, again, I over roast my cigars. I don't know why, I just do. It's always different when you're out camping. I'm not in a cigar bar where you've got all the time in the world and can do everything perfectly. I just incinerate them. It makes no difference, no matter what anybody tells you. It's There's no point being a cigar snob. Just enjoy them. So, cigar time. Now Bruno is tied up. You can see him here. Next to me, he's tied up because he's still a puppy. What is he now, 11 months old? He's still a puppy. It's pitch black out there. I can't see a single thing. There is a raging stream river right here. There are goats around. Too many distractions that if I lost him, I just wouldn't forgive myself. So, you know, I need to keep him close. When, even with the light, I wouldn't be able to find him in all this thick stuff if something happened. And, you know, he's very inquisitive. With Brucey, obviously I could trust him to do the right thing, but not necessarily with Bruno. I'm loving this tent setup, gotta say. Right, cigar time. As usual, I'd like to start by thanking everybody who has contributed to the channel on Buy Me a Coffee, buying us treats, Buy Me a Coffee members, YouTube members, and super thanks. YouTube members, thank you so much. You get advanced access to these videos. It's because that's just where I store them. I have to upload them in advance because it takes ages for me to upload these massive files. And that's the easiest way to do it. And they just happen to be there. So I enabled them for people who want them early. And those are YouTube members. I constantly get asked, you've said it's in the next video. I can't play the video. What's wrong? I've got access, or I'm a member and Buy Me a Coffee. But that is different to being a YouTube member. On YouTube, you have to go on a desktop. You have to go to my channel and you have to click the join button. It won't work from mobile phones. Definitely won't work from Apple phones. I don't know about Android. So yes, thank you to all of you. Thank you to everyone who's bought merch. I will be doing the hats at some point, these ones. Just haven't got around to it yet. And thank you to all the Patreon members as well. And thank you to everybody who likes and subscribes. Means a lot. Quite a lot of you haven't subscribed. You just rely on notifications to come through. Being a subscriber just helps. It helps the channel a lot. It really does. So if you can click on that subscribe button, that would be very, very appreciated. Also, thank you to everyone who signed up for the mailing list. Just go to my website. The link is in the description, abcampingandoutdoors.com, and just type in your email address and sign up, and that's it. And you'll get notified from that email address as soon as I hit the publish button on any videos. And if there are live streams, you'll get a notification there as well. And also, don't forget to sign up to the new channel, AB Camping Plus. Go to that channel, subscribe to that channel, because that's where I'll be posting all the shorter versions of videos, other stuff that won't be on this channel, and also I will be doing the live streams from that channel. It's coming down. It is coming down. These are some grim conditions now. This is where I'm glad I've got this set up. Well, obviously a camper van, a fully enclosed van would be better. Or guys who have the really, really big trucks like the Ford F-150 and they can sleep in the back of them. Yeah, you're dry in there and you don't have to worry about anything. You just crawl in there. But I like to sit out. And I didn't like the rooftop tent particularly. It was handy. It was okay. I prefer proper tents, more space. And you can move the vehicle and leave the tent behind. You know, people get triggered by the funniest things. Do you know how many comments I get from people saying, please stir your drink? So just for you, I'm going to stir it because I know it triggers some people. Even though people shouldn't be triggered about anything, you know, being triggered isn't a good thing. You've got to cope with stuff. But I get comments. Wow, do I get some comments. I was on a bit of a blocking spree this week because I don't know if I just suddenly found a whole load of scams or scammers found me, but man, some of the comments were bizarre. And I hate being shouted at. Hate it. That's one way to get blocked instantly, is to send me a comment and use uppercase. If you can't express yourself, and that's what it means, by the way, when you do uppercase. If you can't express yourself without screaming at me, then don't say anything. Because you're just going to get blocked. It's really not worth your while. Right. So, let's get some sports out of the way. Formula One. Lewis Hamilton is in pole position for the Hungarian Grand Prix. That's when I'm filming this, even though this is going to come out 3 weeks later. So I don't know if he's going to win or not. I guess I can update you in the morning and say whether he won or not. But as much as I've been a Lewis Hamilton fan, all of his career, I wish he would just shut up. Just shut up and drive. Just stop the virtue signaling. God, he can be irritating. He's so brilliant behind the wheel of a car, but man, he's an annoying character. His latest stupid thing is he supports Just Stop Oil. I'm looking at this tent just to make sure there's no leaks. Yeah, he supports Just Stop Oil. You know what a moron you'd have to be to say that when you fly around in a private jet and you race cars for a living? Just shut up and drive. Oh my God. Hamilton, please stop being such an idiot. And he is not a high IQ individual. Don't get me started on that. He isn't. He's just got a natural ability for driving. Sucks at a lot of other stuff. So there you go. Just please shut up and stick to your job and stay in your lane and stop telling us what we should and shouldn't do when you're such a hypocrite. Cricket. I don't know how many people are interested in cricket out there. But there's a very old competition between England and Australia called the Ashes. You'll have to Google it. Anyway, it looks like right now England have making a massive comeback and Australia have massively capitulated. But rain could mean no fourth match test, which means Australia win. This is the stupidity of English sport. We've got some of the dumbest rules. We do. We really do. The sports we play, some of the dumbest. And I'll guarantee you 100% if Australia win because rain has stopped play and you can't continue anymore, I'll guarantee you they'll celebrate like they won it full on. They just will, because that's Australia. It's win at any cost. Any cost. That is Australia. That's what Australia is about. It's winning matters. Nothing else matters. Even when they got caught cheating, although I think most of the country actually were appalled by that. Their captain was caught, and one of their guys was caught cheating and brought the whole game into disrepute for Australia. That was a while ago. But still, this is what drives them, is to win. And it's not healthy. It really isn't. So yeah, cricket. It's got some of the stupidest rules there are. A proper sport, golf. The Open in England, in Liverpool, is on. Some brilliant golf being played. I see Butch Harmon is leading. I really wanted Rory to win again, and it would be nice to see him there, but I want Tommy Fleetwood to win as well. So we'll see what happens. I'm just glad Brooks Koepka isn't winning. I can't stand that guy. I don't know why. He's just so entitled and privileged. So yeah, the Open. I think Butch is going to win. Or is it Butch Harmon? I think so. Harmon. Anyway, Harmon. I think he's going to win. He's so far ahead. But we'll see. You never know. Fleetwood could make a splurge at the end. Who knows? So fingers crossed for that. Right. In other news, there's a phenomena, a new thing going around that's gone viral. Now, I don't watch TikTok. I don't have a TikTok account. I am not on TikTok. If you ever see AB camping on TikTok, it's not me. I can't stand TikTok. It's why I don't particularly like YouTube Shorts. Same sort of reason. But TikTok seems to have just the stupidest people on it. I just... Both the people who present and the people who watch. There's some real idiots on there. He's curled up on his pad and he's lying right next to the heated pipe. So I could put the blanket on him if I thought he was cold, but he's not, because he's next to the heater. Yeah, TikTok. So there's this new thing called NPC. Is it NPC? Anyway, it's sort of a spin-off on the non-player characters in video games. And they just sit there. And I've got to say, majority of them seem to be cutesy young girls, all done up in makeup and tight-fitting tops and stuff like that. Just rambling the most stupid nonsense. And some guy said, in The Guardian, I think, said, it's mesmerizing. And I keep watching it. It's like, what are you, mad? I looked at it. I think for 30 seconds, I just went, what the hell am I looking at? If you think this is entertainment or if you think this is interesting, you are mad. And people are paying to watch this. Wow. Look, TikTok is destroying brains. It's destroying brains. I'm telling you. You know, the TikTok that we all get access to is not the same TikTok that they get in China? That's the crazy thing. All this stuff that is destroying our kids' lives here is banned in China. They don't see it. TikTok there is a completely different product. It has completely different content. So, I think, is it a ploy by the Chinese? They're certainly pro it. Because it's just wrecking an entire generation of brains. It's crazy. Oh my God. I'm just so thankful that Brandon, my son, has never been into TikTok. He's not really into any of it. He's not into Instagram, anything. Which is good. He just gets out there and plays golf. Good for him. Because that's how we raised him. He has never been into video games, anything like that. He's always been into physical stuff, getting out there doing it. He loves cooking. He wanted to be a chef at one point. He loves creativity and playing sports. But particular stuff. So yeah, I'm so glad he's not into any of that nonsense. But TikTok, what a joke. Oh, the banking fiasco in England. You'd have to have been under a rock not to have heard about this. But Nigel Farage, who most people on the planet know who Nigel Farage is now, he was the guy that basically got Brexit done in the UK. He's a controversial figure. There's a lot of people can't stand him. But equally, there's a lot of people who like him. And it appears that his bank, Coutts & Co., which is owned by NatWest, which is a massive bank in the UK, cancelled his bank accounts. Sent him a letter and just said, sorry, we're closing your accounts. So then it transpires that the CEO leaked information about why they had done this to a BBC journalist who didn't fact check anything and said, it was because his money was below the threshold. So Nigel Farage put in a subject access request to find out what information the bank had on him to make this decision. And this dossier, 40-page dossier, came out. Wow, it had nothing to do with money. It had to do with his beliefs and his speech and what he'd been saying and things like that. If that can happen to him, that can happen to anyone. So, in other words, if your values are not the bank's values, they can just close your bank account. And they all buddy up together and they won't let you have a bank account anywhere. They all stick together. The banking system is broken. And I'm afraid it's not going to be able to be fixed. Banks are powerful. I know. I used to work for banks, investment banks, all my life. They have all the power and they have all the money. You piss them off and you are done. It's incredible. And do you know what? You can't get anything done without a bank account. Wow, this thing is just toasty. There's a vent down here. It's just blasting me with this beautiful hot air. Oh, usually I'd be sitting here freezing or having a fire and having smoke all over me. But this thing, that just took 3 minutes to get up to temperature. It's just cooking me. If I want to heat my seat up a bit, I aim it under my seat more. It's just going to heat the seat. Oh, I'm so happy. So yeah, bank accounts, Nigel Farage. Look, this is bad. It doesn't matter what you think of someone. It doesn't matter who they are. They're still entitled to free speech and freedom of thought. You know, George Orwell, man, did he get it right. What is going on? If you don't agree with a particular agenda, you are cancelled, including your bank accounts. This is wrong on any level. Sorry, it just is. And woe betide you're one of those people that go, oh, well, I just don't like him, so tough. Because woe betide it happens to you. For any particular reason. Yeah. Cancel culture has got to stop in all aspects. Everyone should be entitled to a bank account. Basic services, basic humanity. But this wokeness, this is my way or the highway and I'll scream at you. All these people claiming to be liberal, I'm sorry, they've turned into fascists. If it's your way and no debate, because you know you're right and you know the other person is wrong, then I'm sorry, you're just a fascist. You're not liberal. You're not awakened. No, you're just a fascist. Take a look in the mirror. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Because it's getting out of control. And if you have to scream to win an argument, believe me, you haven't won the argument. No matter what happens, you haven't won. If you have to scream, vent, spit your dummy out, swear, deface stuff, vandalize things, get violent, then you haven't won the conversation. You haven't won the debate, the argument, or anything. You're just a yob. A fascist yob. People need to take a step back, chill out, and learn how to debate properly, learn how to communicate, learn how to talk, learn how to sit down, air differences, grievances, all these things. What is going on out there? I just don't know. Anyway, let's end on some bright notes. TV. What have I been watching? Well, everything on Netflix. Watched Arnold, which is about Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, I read his book Total Recall, which was brilliant. And this is sort of more information on top of that. But I found it really entertaining. I'm a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. I just am. He's a larger-than-life character. He's worked hard all of his life, not given anything. He's grafted, he's busted, he's worked his butt off, literally, to get where he is. And you should listen when he has something to say, because it's valuable. He doesn't bitch about stuff that's irrelevant. He works hard. He was a governor of California. Man, and from what I gather, he was a brilliant governor. He would probably have been president of America if he'd been born in the States. Would he have been a good president? Who knows? I haven't got a clue. But I do like him. I do. So watch Arnold. It's really good. And two other shows. Basically, two Ricky Gervais shows. One is Afterlife. I have watched that now, I think, 3 times. And it's just got so much great humor in it. It really does. It's genius writing. I thoroughly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's about a guy whose wife died of, I think it was cancer. And he wants to end it all. And he still finds ways to stay alive. But it's brilliantly written. It's a great show. And the other one of his is Derek. It's one of the most tweeted things I see about Ricky Gervais is Derek, because it just cheers you up. His character is just so harmless, so selfless,
in this show. And you feel for these old people stuck in these homes that without people like that and the manager who cares for them, their life would not be anywhere near as nice. You know, a bit of comfort when you're old. And we all get old, and we all could do with being looked after as well as they are in that show. And having people around them like Ricky Gervais plays Derek, I think it makes a big difference. So yes, Derek. And there you go. That's the end of cigar time. This mint chocolate is lovely. I want to try After Eight chocolate. You can't get it in New Zealand. But I've heard it's really nice. So what do you think of my rig, my setup, my lighting and everything? The fact that I'm warm with my heater. Gosh, my seat is so hot now. And this is only on 2. Oh, that's blowing right at me. Look, let me move the mic so you can hear it. Oh, that was hot just putting it there. Oh, this is lovely. This is the life. I'm going to use this thing all the time. Do I even need fires anymore? I don't know. Do you know how many places have banned fires? You just can't have them. The rain is coming in sideways. This tent's doing a great job. I've got a suspicious feeling, though, that it's leaking at the toggles here. I just need to check. Yes, it is. Oh, damn it. I had great expectations for this, but it's leaking at the toggle because it's pooling on top of where the toggles are because of the way I've tied this up. I'm assuming then you're not meant to do that. Okay, that's a bit of a bummer. There's 2 drops or 3 drops have come down from the toggles only recently. That wouldn't happen if I had the awning down. It's always the toggles. On every single tent I try, it's always the toggles. I'm going to have to seam seal the toggles. I've had to do that on so many tents. But the thing is, it is dripping down onto waterproof fabric as well. So it's not getting into the tent, luckily. But still, that's annoying. Toggles are always a weak point. Where you roll the door up and there's toggles, they're always a weak point on every single tent. You need to go around and seam seal them on the outside. Yeah. I haven't seen anyone get that right except Hilberg and North Face, because they just do things a bit differently, those guys. Whereas this is just a generic Chinese tent, really, a nature hike. That's a shame. It is minor. I'll have to wait till I go inside and see the other side and see if it's dripped on the other side as well. But it is on the outside. It's not going into the tent. I should be clear about that. I'll show you later on the other camera. Other than that, it's dry. And it has been chucking down. The inside is bone dry. I've been looking in there several times and it's all dry. All right, everyone. Thank you for coming along on this cigar time. And I'll bring you back for bedtime. Cheers, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to bedtime. Bruno. Bruno's all tucked in. So I've got the heating cranking here. See the pipe coming in? I've only got it on level 1 and I'm boiling. So hot. So I've taken my jumper off and everything. We're going to be sweltering. But I'm not going to run it all night. So doesn't matter that much. Okay, let's get my air pad pumped up. I'm using the Zembivie again. Just because it's nice and big and nice and comfy. Doesn't take long to inflate. Talk amongst yourselves. There you go.
I'm never sure how flat you're going to do it, so I'm assuming the logo is on the upside, like that. Camera's going to get wobbled around, I'm afraid. Not a lot of room to film when I've got Brucey in here as well. Brucey, oh, I can't believe I just said that. Bruno in here as well. Difficult to stop saying that. Okay, now, is it going to hold? I don't know. Hello, Bruno. Right. Oh, it's so hot in here. Hello, lovely, I know. Just wait. Okay, so with the Zambivvi, you just attach the sheet. Like so, hang on. There's a pad strap here. And that connects around the bed. This goes over. So this is the Zambivvi light bed, it's called. It's for it's for 10 degree, or is it 20 degree Fahrenheit? I think it's 10 degree Fahrenheit, but I think it says here, this is a 10 degree. Oops. See, it's impossible. It's just impossible, you try it. It's so hard to film. Right, and there you go. Now, something tells me this is going to be complete and utter overkill. But it will get cold in the night because I'm going to turn the heating off soon, and I will feel it. And my pillow, my Nemo Philo King, goes in the hood, and that's it. The bed is all made, all set up, attached, good to go. Alright, I'll bring you back from in bed. Alright, welcome back everybody. Okay, it is just absolutely baking in here, so I need to shut the heating system off. Find the key, okay. And we'll turn it off. Power off, I heard it. So you could probably hear the wind, the heat. Oh god, it's so hot. That thing is massive overkill, even on level 1, which is all that was on. Massive overkill for this tent. And I've got the vents open. Now the thing is, there's no carbon monoxide problem with these things, because you're running the system outside and you're just venting hot air in. But I tell you what, it's hot in here now. Wow, it is sweltering. So I think definitely this is the perfect system to use in a big tent. So if I'm using the air tent, my massive Zempire air tent, or the North Face, just run that thing in there all night. Perfect. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow how much diesel is left in the fuel tank. So sit rep on the tent, it is not leaking at all, except at the toggles, which are the problem with the way they've done these toggles, and it's the same problem they have with multiple other tents, is it's the same material threaded through in the seam sealing. And what that means is it drips through the material. The material absorbs it. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So the mesh will be wet, I'm assuming. Yeah, where's the toggle? There we go. Okay, so here's the toggle. Ah, look at the water drop there. See that? Dripping. So it's coming through here. This is the same thing that Oztent does as well, and I don't get it. Look at that. Got all that space down there if I wanted to use it. It's a lot of space. And the rest of it's completely waterproof. But again, this toggle here, look. It's wet. Just a drip. And it's coming... Oh. See, I just splashed it in. I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, luckily, this inner is DWR treated. So it's just bouncing off of this material on the outside. It is annoying though. You don't have to have the door zips open at all for ventilation because the entire roof is vented. So that's all mesh. But I do have the corners open because it is still so hot in here. I've got a feeling it's going to get cold very, very quickly. And then the big question is, what's the condensation going to be like? You put your back there. Because there's two of us in here. He's wet, even though I've tried to dry him off. I mean, he must be baking in here at the moment. So he's on it. Oh, sorry. Oh, just nothing's going right for me. Oh dear, let's try that again. There we go. Yeah, so he's on his pad. He's got his blanket on. I'm on my pad. Look at the width. It's huge in here. This is a proper two-person tent. We're not sagging together. It seems as though it's waterproof except for the toggles, which I think is actually an easy fix. I think I know what to do to fix that. I could even glue on a storm flap, but it does piss me off. I paid quite a bit for this tent to get it shipped from China to here, and I did say I'd never use Nature Hike tents again because it leaked. I remember last time the last one I tried leaked as well. It was a stupid design, but they've come on a long way since then. It's just the toggles. Again, exact same problem that I had in the Oz tent and the Oz Trail. Same problem. I don't know what they're all up to, but they need to fix this issue with the toggles. They're doing it in a very cheap fashion, which is threaded through the material, and it just absorbs it, and it's just ridiculous. Right. Other than that, oh my god, I'm just sweltering. I'm so hot now. I got a 10 degree Fahrenheit bag when it is just above zero outside. So I'd say it's just above freezing outside, maybe 4 degrees centigrade. It's pretty chilly for a car camp. But it will get cold in here quite quickly. It's just hot now because the heating was just running. It's completely shut off now. And then when I want to start it in the morning, or if I feel there's condensation in the middle of the night, I can crank it up again. Do what I want because I've got the remote control. I don't have to go outside at all. It's a genius system. With a hot tent, you've got to keep getting up all through the night to stoke it. Put more wood on there. And of course you've got to have all the wood as well. With this, just make sure you've got a full tank of diesel. Right, everybody. I'm minimally guyed down as well. 4 guy lines, that's it. This thing has got storm guys as well on the sides. It comes with 10 extra guy lines, which I've left at home. So the ones I've had to use are the ones that were already on here. Well, let's just hope it doesn't blow away. There's no storm winds forecast for tonight. Right, everyone. It's been a great night. I'm very chilled out. Very tired. He's had a great time. He's just been bounding all over the place. Haven't you, Bruno? He's trying to get comfy. He's got a little... Oh, he is. He's super warm. He does this little shivery thing. Like that. When he does his inhale. Bruno? Bruno? Hey, Bruno. You alright? Why do you do that? He does it at home as well. Right, everybody. Unless something major happens in the middle of the night, we'll see you in the morning. Night, Bruno. Alright, night, everybody. So, it's about 4 a.m. and this is the situation with the toggle. Is it's still dripping on the outside, but it's now pooling in this little gutter here inside. As you can see, that's come in, and so it's soaking wet. So that's a massive fail. I'm gonna have to use Bruno's towel to mop it all up. And same on that side. Look, it's made the vent wet for the heater. You can see it just starting to come through. But that's a massive fail. Yeah, it's all wet down here. There's a little pool. Very frustrating. All that water just from a little toggle. Oh, nature hike. Why? Again, have you failed me? Right, I'll deal with this. See you in the morning. Morning, Bruno. Morning. Oh. Morning. Oh, bright light. Morning, everybody. Hello. Oh. Morning, everyone. Oh, look, you can see the damp mark in the wall here. That was disappointing. Other than that, I had a great night's sleep. Luckily, this sleeping bag is treated with a water-resistant coating, DWR coating. Oh, it's cold. Let's put the heating on. We need the heating. Wait, Bruno. Oh, I keep saying that. Wait, Bruno. Hang on. Hang on. Oh. Thank you. Okay, heating is on. Just give it a minute. Oh, did I stop stroking you for just even a second? Oh, you're nice and dry now. Oh, yeah. Luckily the sleeping bag is water resistant, so it didn't get into the sleeping bag at all. And I've put his towel there to mop up any extra. Very disappointed about the toggles. I'll message Nature Hike, but from previous experience, they ignore all messages. They're not interested. So we'll see. Fix it myself. I got it on AliExpress. I bet I can't send it back because they rip you off with shipping and they won't give a refund probably. We'll see. I'll let you all know in this video, in the description, what the response from Nature Hike is. Right, I'll get up when the heating is on and it's nice and toasty in here because it is cold. It rained all night. Every second of the night, didn't stop. Oh, I don't know what time it's due to stop today. Yeah. Alright everyone, I'll bring you back when we're going outside. Okay, the heating is on. It's lovely. It's toasty warm in here now. I'm going to leave the heating on in here to dry everything. Bruno's towel, my corner of the tent where it got wet. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a bit damp. Oh, there you go. Look, see that water? There and there. Look at that. That pool of water there. Can you see that? Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Crazy. All from that one toggle dripping. Well, I'll leave the heating on to dry that out. Let's let Bruno out. There he goes. Wow, big puddle out there. Yeah. It looks very wet. It's rained all night, as I say. Looks like I've got a little stream coming under the tent. Well, this will be interesting. Okay, I'll bring you back outside. Yeah, there's my stream running under the tent. Here's the moisture. Look, there's the water on the toggle. Look at that, drip, drip onto the pipe there. And this other one. Now, if that's dripping all night, which it was, that will easily form a pool of water in the tent. So I need to leave this on. I've cranked it up. We'll dry it out in here, get it all nice and dry, and then I've got to deal with those toggles and do something about them. All right, see you outside. Oh, what do we got going on? So there's a puddle here. There's a little lake. I need to make a groove to get it, drain it out. The water has just been flowing all the way under here. This is crazy. So much water. Got to close this up, let the heater do its job. It's sheening off the rest. The water is sheening off the tent beautifully. This is the problem here. These toggles on the top, they're soaking up water, and that's getting through the fabric. So yeah, I'll have to seam seal that from the outside somehow. I don't know how. I'm surprised these aren't doing it as well. Oh man, it is grim. It is I know I say that a lot, but it really is grim. Oh dear. It's cold. It's miserable. I need a coffee. I'm glad I've only got one night here, I tell you. This would be epically bad otherwise. Right. Whoa. So he's going to want, Bruno's going to want his breakfast. I know, Bruno. I've got to find everything. Wet table. Right, I just need to drain this. I need to make a little drainage channel here to get all this water out of here. It's going to flow right underneath the camera. Let me aim it down so you can see it. There it comes. Look at that. That's formed and is flowing right under the tent. Under here. It's flowing down there. But you see, the tent's doing a great job otherwise. It's just those stupid toggles. This is why an elevated tent is good though, because it keeps you off the ground, so even if there's a problem with a lake, then you haven't got an issue. These are the toggles. So somehow it's soaking in through here. I'm not sure what... I don't know what Bruno just did. Yeah, somehow it's soaking in through these toggles, going through into the toggle on the inside. So I'm going to have to seal that section. I mean, this doesn't seem to have absorbed any water, so I don't know how it's getting through. But I've seen this. and all 4 toggles are leaking. I've seen this on so many tents because they thread them all the way through for strength for some reason, but it doesn't work. Right, let's get coffee on. Tell you what, in terms of rain and cold, this is as grim as it's ever been. Okay, just plain food for Bruno this morning. And a cup of coffee for me. Oh man, it's just relentless. I've got to check the radar just to see if this is going to carry on, because I need to know when to pack up. And packing up in these conditions, yuck. Sit, Bruno. Good boy. Go on then. All right, coffee time. I mean, saying that, okay, it is grim. But again, I'm undercover. I'm pretty warm. If I wanted to be warmer, I would take the heating out of the tent and just aim it straight at me. But I've got thick gear on. So it's actually not that bad. It's as usual, it's just the wind that would be a problem. And I actually have a wall set coming for this awning to just cover these 2 walls here, to give me a little pocket, which would be nice. Now the one thing about this awning is it's not meant for seriously heavy rain. It is struggling a little bit at the metal joins. So it is tracking water in along the joists. So I need to figure out a way to stop that. I'll have to ask them, how do you stop that happening? You know, in Australia, where these products are from, they're not really camping in the rain. They're camping in beautiful conditions. Right, now it'll be interesting to see how well this gas does. It's been sitting out and it's cold. This Iwatani stove does have a heating element in it that heats the gas canister. So I'm hoping that works, because butane gas doesn't work in the cold. So I'm having a Nescafe creamy and frothy chocolate hazelnut mocha. Interesting. I'm experimenting a bit. It smells nice. It does smell like, it smells of hazelnut. What a surprise. Oh, it's relentless. I want to go and show you the stream, but for that I'm going to have to put all my rain gear on. And I want to have my coffee first. What a night. What a night. Let me zoom you in a bit. Hold on. Where are you? Okay. Yeah, the rain was just, it wasn't biblical heavy rain, it was just constant rain like it is now. Didn't stop for a second. I don't think I've ever known that to happen, where it hasn't stopped for even a second. Just went and went and went. And then of course I always find the leaking tent. I had such high hopes for this tent. I looked at the material and everything and I thought, there's no way this thing can leak. Look at the seam sealing, it's perfect. But just that little thing, the toggles. And because it took, I guess, a couple of hours for it to start leaking. So whoever's doing the rain testing probably tested it briefly for 30 minutes or something in a warehouse or with a hose pipe or something, and that's it. Maybe they know it leaks, I don't know. But looking at the toggles from the outside, I think I've got a fix for it. So we'll see. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Right, we need a coffee, don't we, Bruno? He was a good boy. He slept very nicely all night. again, kicked his blanket off straight away because he was hot, and he just lay there upside down for most of the night. He's already getting the best life. Right, everybody, I'm going to have this coffee, which hopefully won't take long to boil, in my fast heat exchanger kettle, and then we'll bring you back for a walk. Oh, Bruno's already gone there, but we'll bring you back for a walk to the river. Now, the wind is now picked up, and this rain is coming in sideways. I can see it. I'm sheltered by the truck and the tar and the awning, but if this was to change direction and come at me here, then I would get soaked. Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. Not good conditions for camping in. But I'm showing you it can be done. You don't have to bail. You just got to have the right gear. If I had a couple of warning walls here, as I said, I've ordered them, then we'd be fine. Okay. I'm desperate for my coffee, so... Oh, there we go. Okay. Just saw a puff of steam. Oh yeah, we're good. Ah, coffee time. Oh God, do I need this. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Okay. Oh, that's so warming. A hot drink makes all the difference. Right, bring you back. We're going to walk over to see what's going on with the stream. I've got a feeling it's quite a torrent now because I can hear boulders crashing along it. Okay, had my coffee. Bruno's desperate to walk over to the river. I've got a feeling this is going to be a torrent. So let's go out into the rain. I've got all my rain gear on. Look at this stream. Look at that, flowing under the tent. That just proves my point though, that stretcher tents do make sense. You can set them up on anything. I mean, I could have a proper brook running under here, not a problem. So that does show that even though this one does leak a bit, they do make sense if they're built correctly. Right, let's go check it out. Come on, Bruno. And we might see the goats because I can hear them. Ooh, yeah, that's flowing. Wow. Okay. It wasn't like this when we got here. It was fairly gentle when we got here. Holy moly. No wonder I can hear boulders. Wow. Even you don't want to go in there, Bruno. Wow. All the silt. That's, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty extreme. So our first camp with Bruno was right here, at this spot here. So I was parked here. Yeah, just here. Looking at the stream. I had my roof tent and Bruno and Bruce, and we went for a walk all the way up the stream there. If you go back and look at it, we walked for quite a way up there. It was a trickle compared to this, and it was clear water. It was lovely. You know how high this river gets? In a real deluge, like if there's a major storm coming, you wouldn't want to be here. See these trees up here? Like this one that's ripped out, its roots? That's how high it comes up. But that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened for a long time. These are a couple of years old. Oh, I see the goats. Oh no, there's a sheep. Sheep have escaped from their pen. Don't know how they got out. I thought I heard something. You could just see in the distance a bunch of white objects over there. I'll try and zoom in. Let's have a look. See if I can do it. Can you see them? In the distance there. Just there. They're not meant to be there. Yeah, they shouldn't be there. They're stupid enough, sheep, to go in the river and drown. I guess the fencing has failed. Right, the camera's getting all... There we go. Camera's getting covered in rain. Come on, Bruno. Oh, Bruno's got a stick. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, Bruno. Good boy. Man, that river is just unbelievable. I mean, technically, this is all a floodplain, but you can see nothing has come this high for years. It's very deep here, so it just twists around and goes around. Otherwise, I wouldn't have camped here. And we're a good... To breach this beam here, which is 2 meters high, would take a lot. Even though we are down in a gully over here. But we're a long way from the river over here. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend it. I honestly wouldn't come and stay here if it was going to be, you know, 100 millimeters, 200 mil, 300 mil of rain. And I did keep checking the situation. And we've got a quick exit from here. Straight up there onto the road. Look at camp. Look at camp. So now you can see clearer where I've attached the guys to the rocks, because you can't get pegs in the ground. And the cursed leaking toggles. How am I going to fix that? Any suggestions? I thought putting a silicone block here, because it's obviously seam sealed on the inside, but they've punctured it to get it through. So this is just a loop and it goes all the way through to the toggle inside. So I just need to put a huge patch of seam sealant across this and probably under it as well. Squirt it into all of them. A little thing like that, just a tiny thing like that, I'm gonna have to keep wiping the lens. A tiny thing like that causes a pool of water in your tent quite easily when there's a lot of rain. Oh, so there's actually a name on it. You see, I think this is a beta version of the tent. It's called the Camp Quick Open Tent, and it's got a serial number on it, which is probably why you can't buy it on the Amazon, on the Nature Hike website. I don't think it's a finished product. Yeah, I bought it on AliExpress. And it's an exact copy of the Coleman tent. The Swagger 3 or Swagger 2, I think it's called. But with some more interesting features like the venting and things like that. Looks better. Plus this is 2-man for a stretcher bed, whereas that one isn't. So we'll see. Right, let's get in. I'm getting wet. Right, I need another coffee, and I think we should look at doing breakfast. Right, another coffee. Desperately need another coffee. That first one was so good. Oh dear, Bruno, I do drag you out into some horrible stuff, don't I? You've got a stick stuck on your ear. Bruno, you're standing in the stream. Yeah, so this little stream that's coming in from underneath is flowing quite nicely. I can't believe I've set up camp in a stream. Well, I can believe it. But I was getting desperate for options because I didn't want to cross those fords. Could you imagine if I'd gone across those fords yesterday and it was quite rough, the first one? Can you imagine what that looks like now? Maybe we should drive over there after this and go and have a look and see what it looks like, because I've got a feeling it would be pretty high. Okay, So one more coffee for now anyway, and then this kettle is so quick, and then breakfast. So my last camp was a wild camp. Actually, my last 2 camps have been wild camps. My last one was a wild camp and it didn't rain at all, but it was freezing cold, and literally freezing because everything froze. Bruno's water froze. Oh, he's playing in the stream. You probably can't see him. He's actually playing with the water. He's blowing bubbles in the water down here. I don't think you can see him because he's here, just below my hand, doing it. He loves water. He loves playing in water, and he does this thing with his bowl at home. He blows bubbles out of his nose into the water. He's such a character. Yeah, so last one was freezing cold on the tops when we spread Bruce's ashes. And thank you for everyone for coming along to that. Also, I wanted to thank everyone for all the comments on the photo I posted about that. That video is only being viewed by members at the moment, but judging by the hundreds of comments I got in the community post, thank you so much. I know he meant a lot to everybody, and I know none of you actually knew him or had met him. Maybe a couple of you had, where you'd seen me on a camp with him in New Zealand, but his personality definitely projected through onto camera, definitely. He was loving, he was crazy, he was neurotic, he was intelligent. Oh man, was he intelligent. And the good thing is, Bruno is showing the exact same intelligence. He's very smart. So that's a good thing. And obviously Bruno learned from him for a few months first and got some of his traits and characteristics. We see it in him. So, yeah, except Bruno is better socialized than Bruce was, because Bruce never had another dog to share life with. So he really didn't like Bruno that much most of the time, but he did play with him a lot. But then when he wanted his own time, he didn't want to have anything to do with Bruno. So yeah, but thank you everyone for coming along on that. It was very touching. It was a very hard thing to do, but I got through it. Yeah. Big part of the life, big part of my life. All right, so I'm gonna have this coffee. I'm gonna take my time, bring you back for breakfast. Have you got a stick? Right, I've had my coffee. It's a bit later. I'm gonna have breakfast now, but first, let's because I've had this heater running for ages. I mean, hours last night and this morning. So let's see how much fuel is left. Oh, I can see through there. Still half a tank of fuel. Half a tank. I can see the line of diesel in there. Wow! And I've had it cranking and there's still half a tank. That's pretty good, gotta say. Has this rain died off? I don't think it has. Oh, not in the puddle. Oh, God, he loves it. Absolutely loves it. What are you doing? You're only doing that to show off to everybody. Oh, are you splashing? He's like a little toddler. He's kicking water at me. He's like a little toddler with their Wellington boots splashing in the puddle. Bruno, you're having so much fun, aren't you? You're such a puppy. Oh, look at setup. Look at my setup. That's awesome. That heater, that diesel heater, is just superb. It hasn't put a foot wrong. It's worked perfectly. It's splash proof. It's been sitting out, so it can get some rain on it. But it's done a brilliant job. It really has. The inside of the tent now is completely dry, and last night that thing kept me warm. Bruno, He's gonna knock this guy line off. Ah! Oh! He's gonna do it again. Oh. Get ready for it. Here he goes again. Bruno's got a stick. It's because I'm ignoring him. He's just showing off. He's so much fun. He really is. Oh, look at this stream coming under the tent. Look at that. That's amazing. And it's really flowing as well. Now imagine if you'd set up your tent on the ground. Okay, I know it's rocky, you wouldn't, but you'd be dealing with that. But I'm off the ground. Look at that. There's so many features of this tent that I absolutely love. There really are. These massive vents for summer camping, all the guy out points, the way it easily connects to the stretcher. The only thing it's missing would be a guy out point here to bring this whole thing out like that. If there was a guy out point here, that would be perfect. I mean, I could add that myself, but there, that would be absolutely perfect. But there isn't. So there's no way to pull. So this would get annoying in the wind, flapping. It seems needless when you could just guide out like that. I don't know why they haven't added a strap there on each side. And of course the leaking toggles, which I've still got to try and come up with a solution for, or ask Nature Hike if they fixed it. We'll see if they respond. But I love the treatment on the surface. Look at it beading. That is top notch DWR treatment. The seams did hold, just the toggle. Oh God, Bruno. Oh, you're such a show off. All right, everyone, let's get breakfast on. Right, breakfast time. Okay, so I love this setup. We're using the table. Actually, this is the most comfortable I think I've ever been. Right, we've got some beautiful Henderson's Manuka smoked middle bacon. Did you see the size of the stick that Bruno's got? So let's get this on, and I think I'm gonna have to cut this. Okay, we'll get the heater cranked. We'll do it all because it shrinks, and Bruno might want a little bit. You get a little. It's very salty, not good for him, whereas it's perfect for me. You have to get used to my sarcasm. Right. Oh yeah. Oh, now he can smell the bacon. He's right here. So the other thing we're going to do after the bacon is just heat these waffles up. They're pre-cooked, pre-made. I recently found these things, and honestly, they're brilliant. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I just didn't see them. But pre-made. I was going to do pancakes, I really was. But these are just so tempting every time I see them. You know, they're so tasty. Gas is so quick to cook on. All right, now this is going to take a little while to get these. There's a lot of water content in these. I've cooked them before. You can't see him. You can't see Bruno, but he's just sitting off to the side here, patiently waiting. I don't think you can see him anyway. He's just there. All right, I'll bring you back when the bacon is ready and we're ready to heat the waffles up. Oh, now we're camping. smell must drive him nuts. Okay, bring you back. Right, welcome back. Bacon is ready. Oh yeah, that might even get a little bit crispy. We'll see. Right, so what I'm going to do is just take the waffles. I'm going to turn this pan right down. Okay. Come on, waffles, open for me. Okay, and put the waffles in. And they might, I don't know, it will warm them up, but they might soak up some of this fat. We'll see. Yeah, I think so. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, I can already smell them cooking. This is going to be epic. And I'll give Bruno some pieces of bacon. Look at this. Oh, they smell good already. Oh, look. They're going to be crunchy. Perfect. They have soaked up some of that fat. Bruno's nose is going nuts. Oh, this is going to be so good. They're crispy golden waffles. Right, so I've got to put some of these smaller pieces in. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is transfer those to my bowl that is right by somebody's nose. Take that off. How's it looking on the other side? Yes. No, Bruno. Right, let's get Bruno's bowl and put some bacon bits in. Oh, he's going to love this. Ha! Hot. Bruno, we've got to let it cool down a bit. Got to let that cool down. Okay. So we'll let Bruno's cool down a second. And you know what I've got to do is lashings of maple syrup. All over everything. Oh yes. And there we have waffles with bacon and lashings of maple syrup. Lovely. Well, I'm going to have another coffee, but I'll wait until this pan has cooled down so I can put it somewhere. Bruno is so desperate. Okay, let's eat. He's sitting so nicely. Well, he was just then. You going to sit, Bruno? Sit. Come here. Come on. Come on. Okay, sit. Good boy. Wait. Go on then. Oh, I'm so excited. Whoa. Tell you what, I can see some blue sky. Maybe that's the end of the rain. Hallelujah. All right, here we go. Oh, these just get better and better. Wow. Oh, it's so good being cooked in that bacon fat. Crispy bacon. Wow. Oh, it's so delicious. It needs a coffee to go with it though. Oh, that's turned out way better than I thought. Ho ho ho. Bruno liked it. And please don't comment, why have I got so much more food than Bruno? Because I'm over 200 pounds. He isn't. That's why. Because there's always someone that says something really stupid. Like, oh, why have you got more than your dog? Who are these people? Who are they, really? Coffee time again, and then a nice 3-hour drive home. Oh no, first I've got to pack everything away. Oh god, I hate that bit. But the thing is, the only saving grace is I can just chuck the whole lot in the back because I've got to take it out and dry it out at home anyway. The only thing is doing the awning. The awning will be the hardest bit. Always, because it's soaked, and then I have to open that out at home as well. Right, I've enjoyed this. Have another coffee, and I'll bring you back to breaking down camp. Okay, welcome back everybody. Time to pack up camp. As usual, I'm going to fast forward from now. Right, so just the lights to do. These lights were great. The lights that the guys at the garage, my workshop, did for me, absolutely superb. Lit the whole area up really well. Okay, time to shut the heater off. So you don't just disconnect it. Gonna power it off. Okay, and then I've got to let it go through its cool down cycle. But I can take the hose off now. I can put that in the truck. Oh, that's nice and warm. And this compresses. If I want it to, I can compress that hose up more. Yep, that's just doing its cool down cycle now. Okay, while that's doing that, I think it's time to just put this tent away. I can't believe this thing leaked. What a pain. Anyway, it is what it is. It just always seems to be me. Actually, no, it's not just me. Luke at the Outdoor Gear Review, he also is constantly getting leaking tents. And we both talk about it a lot. Just what a load of rubbish these manufacturers have become. I don't know what's going on. But they're just releasing junk. Nature Hike went through a period of doing some good stuff. Now I think they've lost it again. Whether they've got new people there, I don't know. But they're blowing it. I have to say, I've used 3 Nature Hike tents now. And they've all got flaws. That huge tent that I tried, that I put this one up in, that actually wasn't bad. That did its job. Okay. Cool down process has taken place now. Yep, that's finished. So I can unplug that from the EcoFlow battery bank. And this whole thing is going to go in the back of the truck. I just got to make room for it. Right, let's dismantle this flipping thing. Oh, I'm glad it's not raining anymore. Doing this in the dry is a lot easier. I like it though. I'm just so frustrated. Because I like the tent. I really like the tent. I'm gonna fix, if they don't come back to me, I don't care. I'm gonna fix those toggles myself and do it properly rather than listen to their faux interest in what's happened, because I'm sure they don't really care. They'll probably say, oh, it was a prototype. Well, then don't sell it. And yeah, you cannot buy this on any site except AliExpress. So I guess more fool me. Okay, so let me just do some organization here and I'll bring you back. Okay, it's vaguely sorted. It's such a mess. I just can't be bothered to sort it out properly. Wait till I get home and do it all, take it all out and dry it. Right, so with this, you just remove the 4 pins. You know what, even with the 4 toggles leaking, I still recommend this tent. I just do. I just think it's got so much going for it that I'd be mad not to recommend it, because it is so easy to put up and put down again. As I say, I think it's a copy of the Coleman tent. Don't quote me on that, but it looks identical. For all I know, it's made in the exact same factory, and Nature Hike sort of stole the design and have produced this, which is maybe why maybe why you can't find it for sale anywhere else. Because maybe they're not allowed to sell it anywhere else because Coleman maybe have the rights to it. I don't know. Be interesting to see what Coleman make of this. But look at that. You can't tell me that wasn't easy, because it was. Quite possibly the easiest tent I've ever put up and down. Wow. A lot of water came through on this edge. But that's to be expected because you can't guy out that corner, like I said. So it's actually drenched on this side of the stretcher bed. But it doesn't matter because the floor of the tent is waterproof. Actually, this side's wet as well, same spot. Yeah, to be expected. So there's a few design issues with it that I would change. But I'm sure Nature Hike could do that quite easily. I think Coleman should do it. Because the Coleman tent doesn't work with a stretcher bed. Unless I'm wrong about that. Someone tell me if it works with a stretcher and it's 2-man. But from what I've seen, it doesn't. Come on, that's easy. This is a messy pack up in the back of the truck. It's just a case of shove it all in. There we go. All right, now we've got to do the awning. The awning has been great, but it has dripped. The aluminium cross members leak. And I need to work out a way to deal with that, because that's frustrating. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just put this stuff through things that it just is not designed for. But if that is the case, if it's not designed to handle these sorts of conditions, then what happens when you're in a situation where it does occur? It's going to leak, isn't it? It's going to let you down. You want to know that these things are going to work in those conditions. Let down after let down after let down. Okay, so what do we need to do? This pole needs to come up. So yeah, there's water all along these metal beams. It's tracked. And you can see up here, I don't know if you can see that, all the water here. That's happening everywhere. Okay, rest of the poles. Even so, I have to say it was just a few drips, nothing major. Oops. Don't do that. If Dashi, or whatever they're called, Dash, are watching this, they need to fix this corner here. Too much water's coming in and it's dripping all the way along this aluminium channel. There's got to be a way to stop that happening. They need to do something about that. That was quite irritating. So I don't think this awning, I don't think you can set it up in high wind. At least you're not meant to anyway, because it's meant to stay supported the whole time. That's what they say anyway. So 3 poles, guy line over here. It does come with pegs and lots of guys, but I use my own pegs. Because their pegs just wouldn't go in. Okay, got to do this quickly because it's getting windy again. Look at all that water. Oh man. These things hold a lot of water, I tell you. They are so difficult to dry out. Right. Now, if this looks like a bit of a hassle, you've got to remember that considering what you're getting, this huge shelter, it is worth it. Honestly, it's worth it. It's worth that hassle. And that was a lot of rain, so this was the leaky point. This is where it, well, not leaking, it just collected a lot of water. I think in light rain, 0 problems. But as I say, Australia, some areas, they don't see a whole hell of a lot of rain. And they tend to camp in fair weather. Actually, everybody tends to camp in fair weather. I'm the only one stupid enough that goes out in all these conditions deliberately. Okay, that's it. Now, from memory, you're meant to fold this up quite loosely, or else it won't fit. Yeah, so don't let me put you off getting one of these. Even if it's for your car, truck, whatever, they are worth it, honestly. The amount of protection it gives you and the ability to sit out on a cold night under cover, they're worth it. Right, now the guy lines, I might take these off. God, there's so much water in here. It's going to take forever to dry out. Right, I'll leave this one guy line in. Okay, and then you just loosely fold it up because you want it to spread out a bit. Well, I can already tell this thing is heavy with water. Now you remember my other warning, the Iron Man one that I had just before this. I hated putting that thing away, I really did. Did not fit in the bag. No matter what you do, as hard as you try it, just look, it was awful to put away. Why they make the bags so tight, I don't know. And I have to say, Dashi isn't as bad, but still, it's snug. And they all use these same zip systems. They're a bit of a nightmare. That wasn't as bad as Iron Man. Nowhere near as bad. Actually, that was easy. Compared to Iron Man, that was very easy. So Iron Man, if you happen to watch this, which you probably won't, because I did reach out to them and they didn't care. Never a response, never a response. When companies don't respond, it tells you everything you need to know about them. Okay, that's it. All I need to do is stow the Starlink and I'll bring you back. All right, everyone, all packed up. Let's get Bruno in the car. Come on, in the truck, Bruno. Up, up. Good boy. And I will bring you back on the road. I'm not gonna go check out the Fords. I'm sure it hasn't rained for quite a while now. I'm sure they've gone down a bit. So I'll bring you back on the road to say our goodbyes. Oh wow, very muddy here. I remember slipping down this yesterday. Four-wheel drive for this bit. That's just slipping and sliding. All right. We're on the road. On the road again. Slip here, it happened at some point. Oh, and there's new stuff that's come down overnight. Okay, and back out onto the main road. Right, everyone, I'll bring you back to say our farewells. All right, everyone, thanks for coming on this one. I'm going to quickly just give you a glimpse of where I am, right at the edge of the sea. Bruno's not allowed out here. This is a restricted site because there are seals and baby seals everywhere. Let me just show you that. There you go, all the seals, the baby seals and their mums. See, that one's having some milk down there. More down here, hundreds of them everywhere. And this is where they congregate. And they just chill out here. It's a beautiful spot. They're so cute. Look at those babies down there. Very cute. But yeah, that's why Bruno's not allowed out of the truck here. It's a safe zone for them, for the baby seals. And that one there having milk. There's also penguins down there and everything. It's a cool spot. Right, everyone. We got to get home. Oh, there's seals out there. I know, Bruno. I know you want. Thank you, my lovely. Oh, back, Bruno, back. Oh. Bruno, no, back. All right. Okay. He's excited. All right. Thanks again, everyone, for coming on this. Thank you to everyone who's bought us treats on Buy Me a Coffee and who are members on there. All our YouTube members, Patreon members, everyone who's bought merch. Thank you for that. Thank you for liking, subscribing this video. Please go and subscribe to AB Camping Plus to get more content that we don't release on the main channel. And also sign up for the newsletter at abcampingandoutdoors.com. Just put your email address in there and you'll get advance notice. Thanks for coming on this one. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a shame the tent leaked, but I'll put in the description what Nature Hike come back with, if at all. Honestly, they are one of the least responsive companies out there. Otherwise, I might just fix it myself because I do like the tent. I really do. But they shouldn't sell it like that because it does leak. Hello. He's desperate to go out there and see what all the fuss is about. Right. Thanks again, everyone. And see you next time on Camping with Tony and Bruno. You going to say goodbye, Bruno? No? All right. Thanks again, everyone. See you next time. Bye.